Hi, I'm Michael Snem and welcome to Cambridge.
I don't do shitty shows. So when a good man comes to me and says, "Thank you, Michael, for the continued support and opportunity in the sport and showbiz related arena. But I've done that, I played uni sport, I'm a better myself. Then I can make that dream, aka come true for you. The dream has come true this week for Pat Crossley. Is this privileged, Pat?
Yeah.
Yeah? You? Absolutely, yeah. Did you watch last week's show?
No.
I haven't even watched it, I wouldn't bother. If you haven't watched it, don't bother. Erase it from the memory. The show starts now.
The thing is, she knows I'm here.
How did Cambridge get on this week?
It's Hero of the Week time. This week's hero, as well as being the big news of the week, is Jimmy Richards, the new Cambridge Blues captain. So congratulations, Jimmy. Let's find out a bit about him. He's a proud South African, boasting appearances for Western Province, the emerging Springboks, which is the under-21 side basically for South Africa, as well as playing professionally for a year in Japan. Of all the Illuminates he's played with, he says that Schalkberger, the eye-gouging rascal of the Lions tour, is one of the best players he's ever played with, which is quite an obvious thing to say about the best flanker in the world. But so Jimmy, or Mr. Richards, if you're watching, I doubt you probably won't be watching. I mean, is anyone watching? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway, he was voted man of the match in Varsity this year, so obviously a big game player, which is what you need if you're going to be the Blues captain. And despite his past, he rates this as his biggest challenge to date. So we'll find out a bit more about Jimmy when we interview Pat a bit later on.
Take that, you flumping bond.
It's time for this week's villain of the week. Sadly, one person or one team has to win it every week. This week it's gone for the badminton men's team, but sadly relegated on Wednesday. Going into it, the game against Warwick, away from home, admittedly, but winnable. Warwick had only won one game all season, which was against Cambridge, but that was only 5-3, so it's a very winnable game. Cambridge, in fairness, hadn't won a game all season, but still it was there for the taking. Keep it alive, keep the season alive, take it to the last day of the season. Could they win? Could they heck? 8-0. Division 2 looms large.
Come on boys, we need a form and take 3 lines on your chest, come on boys.
And they've done it! Gerard. And Owen again! Owen! Could it be 5? Yes it is!
And so that rousing display should get you all in gear for this week's performance of the week, which was won by the men's football team for the thrilling cup win away at Bedford. Now Cambridge and Bedford don't tend to like each other, especially with regards to football. Bedford knocked Cambridge out of the cup last year. They had a scrappy 0-0 draw at the start of the year, and from all concerned from Cambridge, Bedford kick, cheat and bully the ref. So there's a lot riding on this match for them. Having had them well scouted, Cambridge knew they'd play a 4-2-4 formation. So Cambridge sat back, led them, had the ball at the back and forced them to play long ball with defender James May to take the long ball for breakfast. Played right into the Cambridge boys' hands. After a sloppy start, went 1-0 down, the boys came back, were leading 2-1 at half-time through a Baxter penalty and a 40-yard cross-come shot from Chris Maynard. The second half was a highly disciplined display, which led them to going 3-1 up through sub. Kerrigan came in on and scoring nearly his first touch, but the last 10 minutes were well below standard and Bedford managed to pull a goal back before scoring a penalty in the second with 2 minutes to go, which obviously would be a blow to most teams, but this Cambridge side has a bit more metal than most. And super subs, might I add, Kerrigan and Highland combined to score a last minute winner for the Cambridge boys and send the boys into the next round of the cup. So can they win it? With a performance like that every week, they go have a chance.
Which phone is that? That's the second time it's gone off. Why did you turn it off?
I'm sorry Roy, I'm a busy man, I've got a solid guest for this week on CTV.
Why did you put it on silent?
Hang on Roy, can I just silence you for a minute? Sorry. Cristiano? Yeah.
That's good,
right,
man.
hang on, so yeah, it's Roy, and I'll call you back.
Joined here this week by Pat Crossley, rugby Blues player. Nice to meet you, Pat. Pleasure to have you here. So let's talk about the big news this week is obviously the new captain, Jimmy Richards. What do you make of him?
Short and quick, the 2 words that spring to mind. I've known Jimmy for the last 2 years. I think he'll be a great captain. He'll be very different to Dan. Different styles of leadership, but I think he's got the experience and the support of the team. So I think he'll do a good job.
So, I mean, how do you follow a man like Dan Wickham with that much Test experience?
Yeah, they're pretty big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, Dan will make it quite easy for Jimmy, and he'll just return to the ranks and do what he does best. Obviously, Dan will be offering Jimmy lots of support, but I think Jimmy's his own man. He knows what needs to be done. So, fantastic.
So you weren't playing in the game last week. Not the greatest start for Jimmy, but obviously is a different standard of player.
Yeah, games after Christmas are always a bit tough.
Yeah.
You've done your bit for the season really, and obviously England under 20s were building towards their World Cup, so they were out to impress, and I think we were the other end.
Yeah. Obviously the other end is varsity. So I mean, how did that go?
Yeah, we won this year, 31-27. Fantastic day, fantastic few days that followed.
Yeah.
Just about remember them. It's, you know, it is what we train for.
Yeah.
Everything is geared towards that one day in December. So all your hard effort to pay off, it's really satisfying and you know, worth all the hard slog in the first.
Absolutely. I mean, ideally, would you have the season just revolving around one game? Like I've just come from a background where it's league seasons, there's cups. There's never just one game. There might be a derby game, which is slightly more about it. There's never been one game. I mean, before you came to Cambridge, have you ever been in an environment like that where it's just all about?
No, coming straight from school, you play your round of friendlies, and then there might be the odd county cup or anything like that. But obviously the varsity match is unique. I think that's what makes it special.
Yeah.
People still come and watch it.
Yeah.
Like you say, every game is geared towards the varsity match, and it's a bit of a cliche, but you could lose every game leading up to it. As long as you win it, that's you've had a good season. So.
Yeah, I mean, what's it like playing at Twickers in front of thousands of people? It must be unlike anything you've ever done before.
Oh well, yes. I've never played in front of 30,000 people before my first varsity match, but again, it sounds a bit of a cliche, but as soon as the game kicks off, it's just another game.
Yeah.
The pitch isn't as big as it looks on TV. So you just get on with it. The only thing is you do notice the noise, especially when you're trying to hear line-out calls and things like that. But you know, I think Dan had enough experience to get around that. So.
Have you watched the game back on telly?
Just a few times. Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Some good memories.
Yeah. So what is taking out varsity? What was the best memory for you this season? Obviously varsity would normally win.
Well, varsity. Obviously, I think the Steel Bodger game, which is the big game we have here in Cambridge. I think about 3,000 or 4,000 people turn up to watch. It's quite a big day in the Cambridge calendar. They say you can't find a lawyer, surveyor, accountant, or anyone because they're all in the corporate tents. And we had a good win. You know, quite high scoring game, and then that was probably the second best behind the varsity.
Yeah. So a man of massive experience, obviously with 60 caps. What's been what moment will you leave Cambridge with holding close to your heart?
Obviously the varsity matches I've played in and won.
Yeah.
I think my first start for the Blues when I was a fresher was pretty special. That was against Sweden.
Right.
And we won.
Yeah.
And it's hard to pinpoint specific points. I think the whole 5 years I've been here have been fantastic. You know, I've made some great mates and had some great tours, great times with the guys both at the rugby club and then off the field as well. You know, socialising and things like that.
Yeah. So with you leaving at the end of this year, are you leaving the club in rude health, or will they struggle without you?
I'm sure they'll be able to go on without me. Yes, I'll be moving on. I think 5 years is long enough. That student loan has run out.
Absolutely, yeah. Right, so that's Pat Crossley. So thanks very much, Pat. It's been a pleasure speaking to you, and good luck with the rest of the season and whatever goes after it.
Cheers. Thanks very much.
Well, that's the end of another show. I mean, it's gone a bit better than last week, I hope. But you know, it's been emotional.
Extremely.
Yeah. Enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Best thing you've ever done, better than varsity.
Pretty much, yeah.
And there you go. High praise indeed. I mean, I'd just like to end the show by wishing every Cambridge sport team good luck this week. I'm sure you'd echo those sentiments. Yeah?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Right, well, I've been Michael Snem, he's been Pat Crossley, and you've been great. So, goodbye.